Wakama Beach, taking a alternate trail. Got GPS on the Motorrad GPS says we can go this way. I have an alternate heading on in Google Maps that goes above ground, and we'll see which one works. It's great having the two systems. So let's roll. This is all new beach area that's being developed, it looks like. There's some additional beaches down there. Basically, to keep all this private and secure, they fence off large sections of shoreline that are assigned, allocated, purchased, whatever. And then they build on it, and they become beach communities, essentially. Curious to see if I can take this all the way up to the roadway. Solar powered lighting. Looks like just short of 3/4 of a mile up to where this begins to climb back up. Still looks pretty good straight. I think there's a trail back there. Entrance to a beach community. On this route, I don't know if you guys can see over the fence line here. That blue ocean water is just awesome. So careful, this just pops right out to the Pan America here. Let's see what we got. Let's switch over to change ride modes. Go to dynamic. And we're looking clear. Let's go. This bike, let's talk a little bit about it. Second time I'm renting this bike. I really do like it. It's just a regular GS, 2015, a year newer than mine. It's a 1200. Got a couple little different features. I mean, actually, maybe just one that I'm really aware of. At least that's meaningful is the key fob activated gas tank cap and power switch. I'm not too crazy about that. I'd rather have a mechanical key. Just a point of a much lower risk point of failure. Although the convenience of just having the key in your pocket, maybe there's some security benefit to that too. But I'd rather have the alternative, not what I have. Other meaningful features, obviously the Adventure's got a bigger tank, longer range, wider overall. Wind buffeting on the GS Adventure is far less. Although this is very manageable. Really not hitting, those 3-digit speed levels as readily here as we would be up, in North America. So, I welcome the wind. It's, I'm not sure what my temperature reading is here. Let's see if I can find that. I think it is 25 degrees Celsius, whatever that is. But it feels like 85 right now. It's almost 11 a.m. Yes, I did get off to a late start, a later start than I had planned originally, but started the ritual of getting ready, having breakfast, and I had some actual real work to do. Let's see what's going on here. We're just going to go in the middle of the road because why? There's a truck up there. He's letting me through. Nice guy. We'll put the traction control back on. There we go. Don't really want to pop a wheelie going this fast. But yeah, other features besides the geometry. This is leaner, lighter weight. I definitely noticed the weight difference. Remember all the stuff you need for the kind of riding you're going to do down here, and especially in traffic, just to get through stuff. This is probably on the larger end of the spectrum of bikes for down here, compared to all the little 150s, 250s, and I want to see one. Nope, I think it wants me to go. Nope, I'm not going to do that. Yep, it does want me to do that. Let's do it a little bit. So both GPSs, but this one's going to have me go right instead of left. All right, let's pay attention to what we're doing here. So we're going to go towards Chincha. We're going to follow the Motorrad GPS for a bit. I think this, yep, I want to go up. Yep, both, see, now Google has merged with Motorrad in terms of GPS. They're both going to the same place now. So that makes me, that's a nice, confirmation that, we're running, well, in some directions. Another deviation up ahead. Motorrad wants me to go left up a bit. The pegs on this are, there are wider pegs too, adventure style, but not quite as, just where they're at location-wise, they're up a little higher. This bike is actually set up as a lower riding bike. I feel like I have, it's definitely lower to the ground than GS, which, again, for this environment, it's kind of a welcome thing. But I actually have it set, I have the suspension set up high to kind of counter that. So it does feel a little bit lower, but not as low as it could be. I don't like that street. I don't mind going off map here, off pace, or off grid in a more rural area. This town's pretty tame. The speed bumps are fun. To practice lots of hopping. Go this way. I think here we will go into Enduro Pro. Keep track control on. Getting the full city tour here. Hey, look, it's Santa. This must be Santa's summer place. Let's say, vamos. Oh, it's a shortcut. A bit right. I'm let's take up into this road, make a right there. Yeah, it was interesting with the cameras off for a bit going through the last probably about 20 minutes or so. After having been actively you're recording and kind of narrating, talking as I'm going, I realized something really interesting, that I was still talking and narrating, I don't know, to myself or I for the benefit of whoever sees this. And then part of me, I'm thinking about, family, friends, that would find some of this interesting, and for their benefit. But also, I kind of started feeling like the need to socialize with somebody for a bit. So this is kind of peculiar here. And it's weird. I feel like I'm with people that in some way I'm providing some kind of socialization in this. Oh, it's interesting. So this goes out to the road. I see. All right. Not quite what I expected, but got the sandy patch. I think I'll stay in Enduro Pro mode here for a while, but just take it easy on the brakes. And it's like I feel like I'm with people as I'm narrating, and I'm kind of understanding why, these bloggers who are out here doing the stuff a lot, as a business model. What keeps them going? This is actually how they want to be alone doing this. It's just there's a degree of practicality or lack thereof that comes with when you're riding in a group in this type of environment. If just going through these roads and such, you have to make choices, and the other person with whom you're riding, the other people in the group, may not want to go what you're doing. The bike may not be set up the way all these little things contribute to the rider. And as a motorcycle rider, I think most of us tend to be independent. It's the whole reason why we do this. But I guess if you're an extrovert, you kind of miss being around people. So this is a way of sharing your experience, projecting yourself out there, and but still have all the bennies of being, some kind of this nomad, being in this nomad mindset, thrill-seeking thing. You're independent, doing what you want. That occurred to me just now, and I think because the nature of the terrain, how individual and specific this experience is. I mean, no one's going to ride through this. I mean, this is, what tourist is going to want to see this? No, it's pretty unusual. This is like a rock quarry or something. It's not on some kind of government installation thing. So it still wants me to go forward here. Don't see anything coming through until it clears up a bit. I didn't check my 6 there when I was coming through that back turn. Someone could have been wanting to get around me, and I did not check that. That was bad. All right, thank you for not letting me die there. It's those little things like that, that get you. The adverse terrain and stuff, we train for that. We train for the excursion, for the extreme, distances and hydration and all those physical issues. But it's those little road skills and awareness things that I think in the end, not in the end, but I think if something bad happens, those are the things that are probably the most annoying and could be the most severe, actually, because you're dealing with, a motorcycle can only do so much damage to itself. A lot of that's function of velocity and terrain. But when another vehicle is involved, that's pretty much it. I think this is a landfill. Oh God. Well, if I'm gonna die, this might do it. GPS is showing my next waypoint being only, well, after the finish line being .3 away, which doesn't sound right. I mean, it's supposed to be going up into those mountains. Oh, so the enduro place is up here too. Okay. Let's get moving. Let's go for that. Cool. This is an actual road that we're on. There's kilometer markings. So I feel comfortable with this. It's like someone's riding a nice straight line through here. On that, about what, 2 meters in. It looks like it's some kind of what's that? Normally it's a tire track. It's some kind of thing dragging. Maybe this is a tire track. Yep, it is. It came out wherever it was. Oh, look, it's up that way. This is pretty gnarly. I guess getting here is kind of rough, but I guess once you're here, it's pretty neat. Control speed here. So this is highway, or I don't know what they call it, road number 100. Yeah, dude, I should be getting off this thing and really, maybe I'll follow that through this track. It's a big tire, so it's kind of Tenere or GS type bike. I don't want to burn all my time up right now. This way. So it could have been, okay. It's an old mine. It's a mill. Okay. All right. So both Motorrad and Google are in sync. So that's good. That's good. All right. Let's just roll with this. As much as I want to play out there, I want to do the grown-up responsible dad thing. We'll see what this does. On the way back, if there's time. I got to think about daylight. I got to think about petrol. Let's fly here. Race pace. What do you think? No. The road's pretty consistent. Terrain's pretty good. Shit. Going 60 clicks an hour. That's kind of fast, I think. Crash. If I crash the speed around one of these bends, I'm going 30 feet, probably into a rock. And my body armor is only going to protect me so far. Probably not enough to likely pop, not enough to get me, not me to get back up. A lot could go wrong there. I feel a lot more comfortable with this if I had more fuel. Down to a half tank. So it's the point where I need to start looking for fuel. It's got to be gas near that restaurant. They may know quicker shit. What's this going on here? There's nothing. Well, I wanted an adventure. Here we go. New road. I think gas now is going to become an issue in a second. Just keep this level of road, we'll be in good shape. Looks like we got some infrastructure going in here. Real dirty, real dirty. Don't fall off into that. Putting in power lines, phone lines. Stay in second for this. The engine just kind of hum along. Try not to be too aggressive on the throttle. I wonder if that's a lesson learned going pretty hot to that town. Back in rally mode now. Comfortable drifting this GM seller or not. Kind of pretty comfortable with the tires. Just drifted that, turn a little bit, a little very gentle drift. Combination of getting comfortable with the terrain. It is pretty consistent as far as the gravel quality here. So that's a good thing. Hitting about running 60 kilometers right now an hour. That's the turn coming up. Let's just get for that. There we go. You're biting good. The tires are biting real nice. Look at that. Yeah. Really nice. That was all right. A little baby drift there. In a good way. Loose gravel here. Run it. Yeah. Getting into the ride and not really looking around me here. GoPro's going to pick it up. I figure this is really kind of in a groove. Let's go to third gear. A little bit of trail braking, not much. I'm still, may not look it, but I am being conservative on throttle. So, not having to trail brake a whole lot, not having to actually run brakes, and letting the engine just kind of find its own geometry or groove through this, as Ryman says. Really focusing on staying light on the bars, keeping my weight balance towards the back. Trail braking through here. See these curves. able to trust the front wheels quite a bit. The front tires are doing a good job. I haven't felt on the drifts, they're very consistent with the rears. I haven't lost any control from the front yet. Again, that could just be what I'm used to, but I'm not, I guess, I'm used to being more concerned about that with the bigger GS. Intersection. Elevations at 2,700 feet. That was pretty quick, considering not really at highway speeds. Sit down for a bit. Turn here. First time I had to brake. Probably going to turn GoPros off for a bit to save on battery power on them. Let's go ahead and take a little break. The next clearing here. Wow, this is really nice. What is that? Is that natural? Looks like there's rocks and stuff. There's trail markers up there. Man, there's an enduro track right there. So people are like riding up there. Damn it. I should have brought an extra fuel bladder. I may have to turn around and not risk. Google's is only going to show me, modern gas stations. I know if I come upon the next village, the question is, where is the next village? There's not one on my saved map. So that is the other issue here. This is kind of getting interesting. Through this windy part. I don't know if this opens up or it tightens up. If it tightens up, then I think I am going to go back. Wow, this is amazing. This is like being in the most remote part of like Utah, Arizona, or someplace like that. Keep moving my weight forward. I should be kicking back. Keep that rear traction on here. The civilization, they got signs for these little S curves. Someone put that there. What we got going on down there? Farmers, let's pay attention to the road, Lewis. It's like growing something there. Tire pressures are good. No issues there. You know, turning in ruts is actually something don't like to do a lot in Virginia, at least not where I'm riding. Sensation of, well, you're in a turn and you're in a lean and you kind of cross the middle. I know you're not supposed to do that. Now I know why. I mean, a little off balancing, but cactus, check that out. It's pretty cool. This just keeps getting better and better. Wow. I'm going to turn off GoPros for now, because I don't want to have to change batteries out in this environment. And I'm going to go ahead and... All right. See you guys later.